Ooh, child. Girl, it's hotter than fish grease out there. I don't actually know what's hotter than fish grease. If you know something that's hotter than fish grease, let me know. Cause if it's hotter than fish grease, it's hot. That's how hot it is out there. Bacon grease. It's hot. Ooh. It's hotter than a fish fry in an Arizona desert, okay? Oh man. But we're all done. That's not how this thing folds. This thing never folds right. And at this point, I don't want to break it. Oh, now she's leaving me. She's leaving me. Hello, good morning. Alexa, pause. Good morning, it is, what time is it, girl? It's 7:02 a.m. and I have a 9 o'clock scheduled shift today. I'm going to a different location, so not where I normally work. I don't know if I'm on the schedule, I don't know what my schedule looks like because I don't have access to it on my phone. So today is going to be a pretty interesting day. I worked probably, what's today? Girl, it's just been a day? So yesterday I was off. The day before that I worked, and I'm still a little sore from that work. I made for you guys a video, told you about the clients that I had that day, and honey, my hands were giving me the blues, okay? My whole arm, it wasn't even my hand, it was my arm was giving me the blues. So that grace, remember I told you that grace and the prayers that I was writing on? I'm still writing on that. But I'm gonna go ahead and work today. Today is still, so the pay period, I'm just gonna be honest, because why not? The pay period closes out this week. I believe it closes out on Saturday. So all of this stuff is going to be together, which I really like that. I got some celebratory things to do, and maybe I'll show you in this video just for my own record's sake. But I just want to say good morning, and I'm about to get dressed, get ready in about 20 minutes. I'll take my time. All right, I'm all dressed, as we can see, with my new favorite shirt on. I talked about this in the last video, so don't mind me. It's 7:35, so I still have some time before I need to leave. And I'm just gonna repack my little bag. I showed you before, right? I showed you this? Okay, you don't care. You wanna see it again? Okay. Some room spray. I just bought this from, I think Home Goods? I think it's Home Goods. I bought it from there. It's just like a very, it says pillow mist, so it's a very light kind of room spray. Sometimes things get a little funky, and not because of me. Sometimes things be a little funky in those rooms. And sometimes, the temperature is spa temperature, you know what I mean? So 74 degrees and funk, it doesn't make for a good experience for me. I don't know about you. This water bottle, I just bought a new water bottle, so I'm actually gonna take this one out because it's pretty large, and honestly, it makes this bag very heavy. My battery pack. These are some crusty old wipes, which I'm gonna throw that in the trash. A nail file, because I don't know, my nail trimmer. Even when you trim your nails, sometimes they still have sharp edges, and I hate a sharp edge. This is just, girl, to use the bathroom spray to spray out the toilet, a little bleach cleaner. Some cough drops. Sometimes you get a little tickle in your throat, maybe because of that funk. Again, not my funk. Toothbrush. Some feminine hygiene products in here, which I don't need to put that on here. I do have toothpaste in here as well. Just a small spray. What's in here? Oh, this is foot creams. Foot cream. Yeah, it's different foot creams, but I'm not sure why this is in here because I don't use that for work because I can't. Oh, here's a little toothpaste. Put that in there. So let me refill the water bottle and then see what I'm gonna bring for my little snack. I do have this liquid IV thing. I kind of want to bring something small because I really don't know how my schedule is gonna look. And I'm not trying to stop and get nothing on my way home. So let me finish doing this. All right, so here it is. There's the new bottle. As you can see, it's a lot smaller. And this one closes completely. So I'm just gonna put that one in there. Hopefully that takes some of the weight off my back. No pun intended. Okay, no pun intended. And I'm right on schedule. It's 7:40 now. I'm gonna sit down for another 10 minutes. and I'll be out the door. All right, I'm here. I've been here for a little while. Actually, it is 8:37. I was on the wrong side of the building. You can't really see, but the building, you know, like when you go to the back door of a building, sometimes they'll have the name of the company on the back door. But since I've been here before, I was like, this don't look like the parking lot that I was in before. And sure enough, I was literally on the wrong side of the building, so I had to drive around. I'm here in ample enough time, so what I'm about to do, because I don't know my schedule or anything, I'm about to go in and just get myself settled in. So I will see you guys later. Oh, it's hot. It's boiling in here. I know you're sick of me saying it, but it's boiling in here. Hold on, girl. I'm about to pull off before I even checked and see if I had another appointment. I don't know if I'm going to keep my whole rant, how I felt about coming here, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm going to keep all that in here. I don't know if I want you in my business like that. Just know that I'm tired. And it's really, like I said, it's nothing to do with massage specifically, kind of, but not. It's just, you know, when you're just ready. And said, I put the tip that this client gave me on his cream. I really did his massage as if he was going to be the last massage that I was going to do. That's how I was feeling. And definitely thinking of him being the last massage that I would do at this location. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to keep the whole rain in there. It wasn't a very inviting atmosphere. And I don't like that. I don't like that. So I have something to do. Let me go ahead and do it. And today has been an interesting day. I've been here for a bit now. Oh, the last guy, let's talk about what you came here for. The last guy, he wanted a medium pressure, but again, like the massage I did the other day, very big. I don't know the difference between a quarterback and a linebacker, so I'm not gonna be disrespectful, but very big dude. I mean like big dude. And I don't mean muscle big dude. I just mean like big dude. And he was not mean like the other guy was, so I just literally did the best that I could do. But honestly, my arm, it's like massaging this right here. And I think we're wanting solutions to the wrong problem. Like, I don't believe in telling people, oh, you need to come back, you need to come get this massage, when I'm not being disrespectful, when they need to lose 200 pounds. Like, that's stealing people's money. Why not? Let's get to the root of the issue. And once we tell you, like, once you get to the root of the issue, if it's up to you then to make the choice to then change the problem. But I noticed that there's just a lot of that. Not just people who are overweight. It could be people who are very thin. It could be people lifting weights. People lift weights like they are crazy because they literally think, I'm not telling you nothing that I made up, because they literally think it will make them live forever. I have heard it come out of people's mouth. I'm going to work out because I want to live long, as if we're the one who controls when our life is done. We're not. So you see a lot of issues that you're like, I know this is not the problem, but yet you still want me to break down my body for this not being a problem. So I'm just a little, look, could be hormones, but I'm done. I'll talk to you later. But you gotta put on your clothes. It's good?
Mm-hmm. Like when Miss King gave her cupcake.
This is from Mommy, me, Rain, and Kylie. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I'm very cute. Kennedy.
Yeah.
I got this camera. Wait, stop.
Debbie
Okay.
So one of my summer camp kids one year actually told me about this place, and I finally made it around to go in there. It was a very nice place. Let me tell you, I did not get the half of it on film because I actually was enjoying myself. It's like a museum of playing with slime, and then at the very end you get to make your own. Everything was scented. We went at a time that it wasn't busy, so the kids got like a lot of hands-on time, and we got to take our time. It was very lovely.
Also, you're gonna see up, very slow. Okay, very slow. Bring it up. Here. You see this? Hold it from here. Yeah.
Good morning. So yesterday, girl, let me turn on this light. Hold on. I had to turn on the light because it was too bright. Yesterday was a very busy day. Today I'm kind of chilling out, but I do have work tomorrow. I have 3 massages on my schedule, one being a 90 minutes. So I have a very small and to the point day tomorrow. I may or may not, excuse me, girl. I may or may not take away that break. My arm honestly still hurts from the massage that I did the other day. We're going to continue to try to rest that as much as possible and just not do too much because there's nothing that I can do about it aside from resting it. And yeah. So what did I say? After work tomorrow, I got invited back to do the other spa event, not the one I told you about the crystals all over the place. No, I got invited back to do the one that I have been doing that I'm driving for, and they pay really well. It's not really all about pay, and if I'm honest with you, I probably wouldn't have accepted it, but the lady's name and my boss's name is the same, and she sent me a message. I didn't save her number in my phone, and I said, yeah, sure, and realized that I was saying yeah, sure to the wrong person. So I said, you know what, Lord, I'm trying to jump out. You said you try to push me in. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight with the Lord. You'll lose every single time. I'm just not. I'm not going to fight. So I'm going to go ahead and take that appointment. I've already set it up. They're probably already filling up my schedule for Sunday. I did want to share with you, did I give you that last tip? I did it on, I think the last video I did like this, I went out there as well. They called me in the middle of the week. We had like a party of 22 and I went out there and helped them out, and it helped me out too because it was, I'll put the tips on the screen. So this place, I ended up being like 60 something dollars an hour, I believe. So I scheduled a 5 block. So that's nice. I guess I can go ahead. Do I want to do that? I don't think I want to do a separate video. I'm gonna just do it in this video. It's whatever. I'll go ahead and put, let's do, what's this month? This month's August, July. Let's do July, just so you can see. It has been really a blessing to get this contract job because I really, it's that time of the month that I told you I'm gonna be working a lot. There's a reason for it. The energy level is like, I'm like, Lord, help me out, Lord. But you can't cut off momentum. Like just because you're not feeling it, you still got to find out a way to feel it. If people are calling you, like that's how you break partnerships. That's how you ruin. Remember I told you that's how you ruin opportunities. You're asking the Lord for something, he's providing it for you, and then you can't ask him for the grace or accept the grace that he's given you to proceed. And not just proceed any old way. Proceed with excellence. Okay. So that's a prayer point. Lord, help me to proceed with excellence. Not just be canceling stuff, calling out stuff. People just not gonna call you back. So there's that. That's what I have planned for this weekend. Today I'm really gonna relax outside of going to church. Yeah, because it's back at it tomorrow. So I'm just gonna relax today and I'll talk to you later. Good morning. So it is 8:43 and I'm here for my 9 o'clock shift. I don't know what I have to say this morning. I'm not really feeling, my best. But when I'm not feeling my best, that's when the Lord can move, okay? In my weakness, he shows up strong. So I'm excited about that. I so far have 2 massages on my schedule, one a 90-minute and a client that I literally just saw last week, which is not my favorite setup, honestly. I'll be honest with you and say my arm is still hurting. So that deep tissue, 90-minute deep tissue, we're going to have to talk about those. If you actually want a deep tissue and it's going to be a 90-minute, you're going to have to give me extra charge for that. There's that. I didn't bring any lunch today. Like I said, I only have 2 on my schedule so far. I had 3, but it looks like 1 canceled maybe like 2 days ago or something like that. I don't like when people... So I only have 4 slots on my schedule for... I don't have 4 slots on my schedule for today. So someone's booked a 90 minutes. So that's technically taking up 2 slots, which I don't necessarily like, especially, like I said, I just saw this client last week. So again, that's something we're going to have to have a conversation about. I think I might wait to have the conversation though, because I'm just really, you ever feel over it. You know what I mean? But it's okay. I'm going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord deliver us from them all. And what a gracious, sovereign God to let you know that you're about to go through a series of tests before you go through the test. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you all my business, but I anticipated what's going on. And not just at work. There's many different things going in the background that I don't have to tell you about, because you could think about your own life, girl. You don't need to sit here and gather all the details about mine. Okay. So I'm just going to pack up my stuff. I have an extremely long day today because I have practice tonight too. So, oh man, I forgot to take this out of my backpack. So let me just go ahead and head in and set up my room. Today is going to be a good day. I know I've been anticipating it not being a good day. I was actually going to call in last night because my arm was still hurting. Like, my arm was even hurting at church. I was literally singing with my arm like up like this. So I was going to call in, but it's not just about calling in today. I picked up 2 additional shifts at other places outside of this. So this is really bad timing. And you know what? I'm not doing this. The devil is a liar, okay? So it's really bad timing. And like I was telling you earlier, you have to be... I know you're thinking to yourself, girl, you're hurt. I'm sorry, the sun is... You're hurt. You could call off. Like, that's a reason to call off. But you got to be wise, okay? You got to use wisdom. And like I said, these are, I've waited a long time for these things, not because I wanted them, just because I knew that they would happen. And now they're happening. So it's not the right time to be like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I don't feel like doing that. It's not the time for that. So, it's time to press in. That grace, come on, Lord. The grace, the prayers, the mercy of God. It's time to cry out for that. It's time to press in. It's time to pray for that. It's not time to complain. Look at the economy. Look at the world that we're living in. It's not time to complain about making $71 an hour. It's not time to complain about that. It's time to press through and push through. So with all that being said, let me go ahead and go to work. Like I said, because I don't want to do a lot of complaining, if I'm honest with you. I just want to give you the recap. And I actually want to give you the real. I told you that before. There's no need for me to make these videos if you don't understand that I too have bad days too, and push through the bad days. And yeah, that is what it is. So I'll see you later. Oh, girl, it smells like Q out there. A little barbecue. A little cute. That sounds good. Barbecue be expensive though. We have a really good barbecue restaurant here but it is expensive now. You're going to spend $40. But anyway, so that was a good client. I know I said I wasn't going to update. I feel a lot better. As soon as I started doing a massage Lord, you know all things, okay? Lord, you know all things. It was a nice massage, even though it was a repeat client. You know, I just didn't say nothing. I ain't say nothing about it. I'm not even gonna say nothing about it. I'm just let it be what it is, and that's just what it is. So it went good. 90 minutes, like I said. I'll leave the tip for that client on the screen. It was a deeper pressure. However, she's very petite little lady, so it's fine. I refuse to complain away my blessings. It's a strong refusal. So there's that. I have someone else booked the other appointment, so I have 2 more, or the 50 minutes that is going to zoom by after my break, and then I am out of here. So I'll see you later. I made it, girl. I made it. It's 2:05. I made it. And I'm not in pain. The Lord is so good. I made it. I literally made it. And I didn't feel bad either. Like, it was a good lineup of clients. I actually did a deep tissue massage for my last one. I made it. I'm so happy that I didn't call in, honestly. So I'll put the second client was a repeat client. I'll put her tip on the screen. Last client was my first time seeing this client, and this client's first time at the location. I don't know what her tip is right now because she had a double service. That was a deep tissue massage, and I did deep tissue, and also I did some full body range of motion stretching. So I'll put that client's tip on the screen. She literally stopped me in the hall and was like, how do we handle the tip? And I'm like, just relax. You handle the tip, honey. When you check out, you handle the tip there. It's no big deal. So I'm excited for my break. I need me a good break. It's only a day, but hey, a day is good enough. I'll see you later.
Ready.
We will sing hallelujah till you come again. And we'll dance in your presence until you come again. And we'll sing hallelujah until you come again. I usually wake up way earlier than I woke up today, but it was nice to sleep in, especially after a long night and honestly a long week. Girl, I made this bed just enough for it not to annoy me when I walked in and out of this room. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and start off my day with, this little massage. It's the closest thing I get to a massage. I've showed you guys this before. I might do an in-depth review of this just because it has really been helping me with just like overall body aches that come from doing the type of work that I do. Maybe we do. Maybe you do this kind of work too. This one especially has been my favorite. Nobody's going to keep telling you, girl, that you need to start off the day with some water, okay? Especially on off days. We don't get to drink as much water because, using the bathroom and stuff like that. But on an off day, it's literally let's double time on the water. At least I do. I'm going to add a little apple cider vinegar into this water just because I feel like it adds a little extra pizzazz to the water. It might even help with appetite control, but I'm not trying to really control my appetite today. I am going to eat some of my favorite foods, which you're going to see here in a second. Of course, just because you want to eat like a bird, girl, them kids might not want to eat like no bird. So make sure to get their food situated and out of the way. Spaghetti and grapes is what I had for baby girl. She did not like it, so I had to get up and make her something else. But I only did that after I finished, girl, a full session with this. I think I spent like an hour on this machine. It does take a little used to kind of putting it on, but I assure you it's very easy. That's why I really, really love this one because it just zips up. Like I told you before, there are different brands that like use Velcro and stuff, which I would imagine would be harder to put on. This one is not nearly that hard. I do wish I would have got like a smaller size just because I'm not very tall. And even when my husband uses these, yeah, I could have gotten us a smaller size. I'll say that. So I just sat down and really just relaxed and enjoyed multiple sessions with this machine. I'm going to do the neck machine a little later. And I even took down my hair while I was doing this. Now, you're not going to be able to see them. My eyes are actually closed. Girl, how you fall asleep taking down your own hair? But I just really wanted to pamper myself. And I know you don't see this, but the whole time I'm listening to worship music. Because what's the point of all this relaxing if you're not gonna worship in the middle of it, okay? So here is what I'm having for lunch: tofu, bell peppers, kimchi, and some salmon, and a little noodles, because I'm too old to be eating noodles by themselves. And I didn't even need to empty my plate. It was just that good. Good morning. It is 9:25 a.m. I am rested and relaxed. Girl, hair all fresh, hair all done. What just fell down here? Hold on. My headphones, I just need to get a little bit of organization in this core. My massage belt, of course, I don't need it for where I'm going, but I like to bring it just in case. Sometimes I'll be feeling how they have it set up. They have like a little balm. It's more like body butter they use to do massages with at this place, which honestly, I have grown to like it. I like the way it feels, very moisturizer on most people's skin, and I really love how it performs on the feet. But the only annoying thing is, like, it kind of breaks up the flow, makes me think a lot. So I tried to slather it on good in the beginning. So let me get a little organization. 11:01. Okay, so it's 9:26 right now, and I'll get there at 11:01. I also have on this shirt because I do wear a smock at this location as well. But I also have the new shirt that I just got, the one I told you had that material that I really like. I also bought that in my bag. So I just need to stop by the trash can and get this garbage out here, and we off. Hello. I am here. I've actually been here for quite some time. It's 11:26. The shift starts at 12 o'clock, and baby, it was raining in the way in. So much so, if I would have known that this kind of weather system was out here, I probably would not have come, because, I'm always looking for a reason not to come. However, I did have this obligation, so I'm here, and I'm about to shimmy my way out of this car in the rain and go inside. Thank you, Jesus. It smells like grass in here. Girl, it is no longer raining. Praise the Lord for that. Today was an amazing day. My arm is hurting again. I had so many thoughts of just like, Lord, that's all I have to say. Today was a pretty good tip day. I made today in tips the amount of money that I would have made in a full shift. So it was definitely worth the drive. That goes to show you how Satan will try to knock you right off of your blessings, okay? Because when it was raining, when I saw the rain, I was about to turn around. First client, she gonna make this woman hire me because she was like ranting, raving. I got the lady who paid for the massage. Remember, I told you whenever you have the person, hold on. Remember when I told you whenever you have the person who is doing the transaction, most of the time it's the man, I'm just being honest. If the man does not get a good massage, y'all not gonna get a good tip. So the lady who I had, she was very pleased with her massage. And I'm not joking, here's the tip. Here's the tip that she left me. She left me $100 tip. Tips were pretty good today. I'll put them on the screen for you. Last two massages were deeper pressure. First massage, which was from that lady, was only a 50-minute massage. Or 45 minutes. Come on, 45 minutes, very easy massage. Did a little stretching. You know what I told you in the other video, how you beat them down without beating them down? And she absolutely loved it. Older young lady, but very nice. It was supposed to be actually her daughter was supposed to get the massage, but it was a prenatal. She just found out she was pregnant. She ended up not getting the massage. So the second client was a couples massage, and they were also very nice client, very easy massage, but it was couples, so I had to do the right thing, if you know what I mean. I had to do it the way that they do massages here. I didn't use none of them oils and stuff like that, but I did follow the rules. As far as they start the massage face up. So when I'm by myself, I don't typically do that all the time, especially like today. My last two clients did not want their feet or their scalp. So when you start a massage face up and people like exclude stuff like that, it makes it almost just all over the place. Nobody want an all over the place massage. So I don't know why these companies do this. I don't know why places want to kind of streamline the massage like that. Maybe so that everyone can get like the same massage, but it's impossible. And I told the lady who tipped me the $100, she was like, well, how do I get what you just gave me? Like, how do I ask for that? And she came to the conclusion herself that everybody is different. And I told her, yes, it's kind of like, because what she kept saying was, and I'm not boasting in myself, only in the Lord. Girl, I told you I'm tired. I'm not trying to be the world's greatest massage therapist. I'm just putting you up on game. She said, your hands are like, you have amazing hands. You have amazing hands. Your hands are just so rhythmic. And I'm like, it doesn't really have to do with the massage. It has to do with how I think about the massage. To me, it feels like dancing with your hands. That's a gift from God. That's what God has, that's a gift from God. That's how he has allowed me to think about it. And therefore, that's how it feels. But if a person is not in search of that kind of massage, they might not like it. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I very seldomly get people. I mean, I can count them on a hand in my career that I've had somebody who simply just didn't like the massage. And it probably was more or less that they just didn't like me, because I'm gonna be putting up all that nonsense. Okay, you're not gonna come in here and treat me any kind of way, and I'm not gonna treat you any kind of way. So that's more or less of it. Or if somebody's had like a certain kind of massage, like they have their therapist, you know what I mean, and their therapist does a totally different style massage, and they've been going to this person for years, of course I wouldn't be a good. It's not that they don't like it, they just prefer something else. So today was a good day. I mean, my closing thoughts is just don't complain. It's very easy to get caught in complaining, saying what you're not gonna do, saying what you're tired of doing, saying what you're sick of doing. It's not as easy to just be grateful. So my word to you is just be grateful. Be grateful for the activity of your limbs. Be grateful that, girl, you in your right mind and you can go get a job. And even though, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, even though I am making my way out of the industry, I am right now in a position to put you on game. So if you do have any questions and they're reasonable, and you're reasonable, okay, because I will block you. Because at the end of the day, I'm not doing these videos for an algorithm. I'm doing these videos, like I said, to help a group of people who maybe you wouldn't otherwise get this information. When I went to basic training, I made all those videos. When I came back, thousands of people watch those videos every single day, and I know they're getting something that I needed when I went. Am I advising? I said in all those videos, I do not advise. Do I advise this industry? Well, I can't say that either. But on my way out, I'm going to share with you everything that I do know. So, all right, so I am back in town. About 25 minutes till I get home, but I wanted to talk about a few more things. So when I first started working at this place, this is what I want to just hammer it home about complaining. When I first started at this place, it's easy to be the new person and then like, and this is anywhere. This is not just as it relates to massage. It's easy to go into a place and then think the worst of the place, or start to pick apart stuff that you don't like. But there are some things, especially working in this industry, that you do need to look out for, and you need to figure out what those are for you. In the last video, I told you guys about a place that I accepted assignment at, and I was like, you know what, on second thought, no. But there are many different things that you need to just be looking out for. But this is one thing, and this is how I realized that, you know what, I'm gonna give them a chance. I told you I worked for another spa through that other company that, the one I canceled the last appointment with. I did an event for them, and I actually linked that video because I didn't make any extra tips. At least they said I didn't make any extra tips. These massages were very, very expensive though. And you can't tell me that somebody's coming in here paying, $400 for a couple's massage at this spa and then leave anybody a tip. But I didn't argue with them. They did not let us see the tip report, so there was nothing that I could do about it. So one thing that I would look for, one thing definitely, I would make sure that you're paying me out. Now, you might have to get your toes stepped on a few times to find a good connection like this. But after I left, and I didn't have to tell that lady, hey, these are the tips that I made, because I took pictures. I went in there, I learned my lesson. I wouldn't argue with nobody. I took pictures just so everything is everything. I took pictures of my tip reports and took a picture of my schedule and everything. So the way I didn't have to ask her for my money, I really love that. Don't make me have to ask for your money. On the other side of that, I did a chair massage event. I did a chair massage event for a lady. I turned around and I did a large party for the lady. Long story short, there was some extra massages that had to be paid for, and long story short, again, I didn't get my money. I messaged the lady and was like, hey, I didn't get the money for this massage. She never paid me the money. Now, because you're here, the Lord speaks to me, and he's not, every time he speaks to me, I'm not picking up the camera, right? So there are things that I know even before I should know. That's how good God is. God's all seeing, he's all knowing. Like I always tell you, he's in yesterday, he's in right now, and he's all the way in our future. And how do you think that I know this? I know this because I've seen it. There's no other way that I can have experienced some of the things that I have experienced, so seen some of the things that I have seen, unless God was like, who else? Who is like the Lord? I say all that to say, long story short, the lady, she didn't pay me. She did not pay me. And then she turns around and calls me for an event. And I was like, maybe I'll go. You know what? No, I'm actually not doing anything else for you. And I'm not even answering her calls anymore, because that's what you do. That's how you shoot yourself in the foot, which is what the Lord showed me. That's how you shoot yourself in the foot. Just pay people. If you have people working for you, I have that to say to you as well. Don't be trying to rip people off. Somebody leave somebody a big tip and you just want to scoop a little off the top. Pay people the right way. And a lot of these companies like that, they'll take the tips. You're not even out there doing the work. Or, just shady businesses, which is why you haven't seen me necessarily open up shop, because at the end of the day, if you're not going to pay people well, do the work yourself, or just decline the work, let somebody else have it. That's how I see it. So don't work for people who don't pay you. Long story short, moral of the story is don't work for people who don't pay you. I also want to say this one thing before I log off now. I remember when I had first graduated massage school. Very rocky time, because as a new grad who you don't really know too much about the industry, things can get very rocky, especially in an industry that aims to take advantage of people as soon as they get out of school, because they know that once you figure out how much money you can make on your own or making your own connections, they no longer can make money off of you. And I remember the school that I went to, the lady actually told one of my classmates, and I blocked the classmate, because don't ever call my phone with no mess. Don't ever call my phone with no mess. If it's not a prayer point, don't ever. I will block you. I will ignore you. The classmate basically told me that the owner said, you're not worth $150. And it was painful in the moment. But I responded back to her, and I told her that nobody can stop me because God is with me. I'll never fail. I told that to her. Today I made $114 an hour, basically doing 50-minute massages. Nobody can stop me because God is with me. If you watch these videos and you're thinking, how, I'm telling you the secret. The secret to everything that I know, the secret to everything that I have, the secret to everything that I am is I realize that God is with me. And because of that, wherever he does send me, I'll never fail. I only fail when I decide to go in my own direction, go my own way. I told my son the other day, you pray that you're not led into temptation. Temptation for what? Temptation to leave this path. Temptation to not follow the narrow road. But God is with me. I'll never fail. I'll never fail. I'll never fail. It might look like failure to you. Might feel like failure to me, but I'll never fail. And that's good news. That is good news. So like I said, today has been a great day. Money won't hold me into an industry. I told you earlier, I hope I kept that part in. If you have questions, ask questions. The Lord says the same. You will see a few videos coming up here answering those questions and talking about some topics that I want to get out of the way, because once I'm done here, I'm done here. We're not going to revisit it. But I want to tell you that dreams do come true. Dreams do come true. Dreams come true. So as always, if you have a question, ask one, and I'll see you in the next video.